All right, back to business. Back to business. So I also removed the Valtronic motors. And these ones you need to set it up in order to be removed with your scanner. And after that, I usually just make sure I use the same motor on where it was because it's going to be reused. It's a 4 millimeter. Make sure that you're careful with the ones on the back because they're really tiny. Let me show it to you. So this is the way the balls look. And in this case, this size, so I'm going to fix this leak in here. I remove all the brackets that I'm going to, tangle my gloves and so on. What else? Well, I remove the fuel line. It's very simple, and I'm trying to see how much I can or not push this wiring backwards. I have another connector, 3 wires more on the back. This one is a lot of wires, and a good thing that it looks like. Well, let's call the knock sensors under the connector is also removable. So just be gentle here. I remove the one side here. Right. Where are you? I want to show. Oh, it's right here. So this is the connector. So the ones from the eccentric shaft sensor, what you got to do is just wiggle a little bit of pull. That will come out. Don't try to squeeze the tabs too much because they're very brittle. All you got to just is move one up and then kind of like pressure. You see what I did? And it will come out. So again, these are looks like two knock sensors or something. I still got to remove the intake, so I'm not 100% sure what those are. I also need to remove the manifold to get all that out. In order to get the valve covered, they tell you to remove the fuel rails. So since I'm removing the intake, I'm not going to remove the injectors from the intake. I'm just trying to move the wiring over as much as I can to get that out. All right, guys. So let me continue. I've needed to raise the car to get one of the wires, the last wire out. So I wanted to show you how much oil we have here as well. So these ones are most of the fasteners are Phillips. So let me get as much as I can now. But what I need to do the oil change on this car as well. Wow, it's just a tremendous amount of oil here. This is unbelievable. And it's a nice car. BMWs, they'll leak oil. They shouldn't because it's an expensive vehicle. But they'll do after or before they come to my hands. All right, so I hope you can see that. Wow, not even want to put that in there. It's just gonna make a pile of oil in there. See if I can get that wire. It goes under here. I can see the wire, but I don't know where it goes yet. I'm gonna have to remove this one. Yeah, most likely it's gonna be the 16. It's just spitting all in my face. Look at this, guys. Hopefully you can see that. Wow. Well, at least he decided to do the right thing, which is fixing it right. Let me see if I can get the wire. Sounds like my alarm, but it's not. Where are you? All right, so it is the oil level sensor connector. So it's gentle. It has two tabs. Always be careful what you had in your hands, because as you guys saw, I was pushing. If this comes out quick, I can, come into my eyes with that. So always think twice what you're doing before you hurt yourself, because we got no spare parts, at least not yet. All right, so I need to remove the upper clips. All right, that one is released. Not sure if I will be able to pull this wire all the way till where I need it, but I'll try it. This one came off. Oh, I think I'll be able to. All right, I got it. Pretty much. One of those little clips fell. Where are you? Sorry, guys. See if I find it. Oh, right here. Just little metallic clips. Am I going to be able to pull you? Because they make it go behind the cooler lines of the transmission. I'll take this clip before it fall or fails. I'm just trying to liberate the harness so I can push it backward to get that intake off. All right, got this one what I need it, hopefully. All right, so I can actually come towards the front in here. I'm just like extra thinking in myself how I will put it back in place. Yeah, this is how it looks. So I can now come back up. I am recording, right? Yep. Now let me see how much you can see from this angle. I know it's not gonna be like right of the things, but good enough. All right, so well, one thing I wanna uh, kind of like note on the video, because this connector for the intake and exhaust cams solenoids, they're the same, so you can mismatch them. On this side, the short one goes down, and the long one, as you can see here, this is the way it goes. So short down, long up. And it's the opposite on this side, because the way the wiring comes in here, so we got the short up and the long down. I didn't put attention on this side, and you can mismatch that. You can always, come back and switch them, but it's always good if you take your time and see that, because otherwise you can also check um, the harness or wiring diagram. Trying to fish that connector up. It's a little big. Please don't tell me I have to get the belts out. No, it is coming. Just softly. It came up. All right, so I got now everything disconnected in here. So what we have here, we got two more connectors. One goes to the AC compressor. Make sure I'm saying it right. Yep. And another solenoid. I cannot really see it from here. Let me take my good friend the mirror and see what it is. It's just an oil pressure switch. Yep. So we got the oil pressure switch, the AC compressor. I also removed the vacuum pump just to get more access in order to remove the The solenoid. This is attached by 3E8 or reverse storage, and this has no timing. It's just a vacuum pump. All right. All right. Looks like we are pretty good as far as the harness, because this way I can pull all this harness backward. I think that's going to give me enough room for what I need to do. Now I'm going to blow some air to get some of the debris that we have here. It's actually not debris. Let me show you what I found in there. More criminal hands that show there's a blade in there. So definitely, I thought it was like a leaf, but it's not. And then I have a clip. One of the clips that this plastic cover was missing is just jamming there. So whoever installed that intake, install it forcing that. All right, so I'm thinking to disconnect the throttle body because this is gonna have coolant passages to for temperature adjustments. Just want to make sure that I am correct with that assumption. Again, the best friend is the mirror to see what you have. I want to see if those hoses are actually connected to the throttle body or not. I mean, you know what, guys? Just get it out. It's 4 bolts, easy to remove and install. Just less bulky. Can put this on the cart. No matter what, I am definitely gonna get all these gaskets new. I want to make sure this car runs good after it leaves the shop, and I'm going to heal this oil leak. I got some of you guys call me Mr. Diagnostics or Diagnosis. That's not a bad idea for a name, so I'm thinking in. I'm thinking in. So yeah, the coolant passages are just under the intake. See right here. So we cannot. We can leave those in there. All right. Can I get the manifold without removing injectors? I think I can. That is, looks like 12, right? Yeah, it's not that big. Sometimes my vision is not the best. Yeah, it's definitely bigger than 10. Yep. All right, so I'm going to get just a longer extension for that. It's 11. I always believe that manufacturers do that on purpose. They put just so many different fasteners. I mean, you got 10, why you use 11? I mean, you're not going to tell me that that little difference on size is going to make the whole better. No. You know why they make that? Because us mechanic got to buy an extra socket. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to just lose them all. If they stay in there, perfect. Let's make sure they stay in there. Now I can see. Let me relocate the camera behind me so you guys can see a little better. Probably. How's that? Trying to get you close enough so you can see what I'm doing. Remove that one here. Yeah. Now let's use a magnet to pick them all up. And I'm gonna put those in this tray. And I know there's another one on each side, right at the back. Well, let me get these ones out of here before they fall. Not really that much of a problem if they fall, but let's pick them up now. All right, so all this is unplugged, so we can push the wiring back a little. Okay, we got that one out. Let's do the same thing here. So it's gonna be a little more tighter because I got the computer connections in here. Definitely doable. If I can grab it before I remove the socket with a magnet. Yep, that worked quite good. All right. Okay, intake is loose. Try to grab that with a bungee. Somehow attach it to the wiper blades or let's see. Yeah, I think that's going to work. All I need is get it out of my way for now. And at least this way I will be able to use the same injectors to get that out. I still got to remove two ground number 8s in here. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but very important, disconnect your battery before any of this repair. And I know that this is not for any do-it-yourself people. I'm sorry. This is a lot to swallow for just a regular person. Can I remove that here? See, that one doesn't want to come. It's a good time for me to show the bucket the screwdrivers to get that off. So here and here, that's gentle. Just put enough pressure so you can open it up. Hopefully works. Come on. Don't let me down. All right, got it out. See, like that, you don't break them. Just trying to, see, clip is in perfect condition. This is the PCV valve. Trying to get all that out. So we got those two little grounds disconnected. Let's see if that's all we need to. Looks like something else is grabbing me on the back. What else we got there? On the limbo. All right, guys, let me check that out. Otherwise, you can see there, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, the intake is out. I want to show you in the back. We have these three connections. There's nothing else. Just you can lift it, and then these ones they got like the. Let me show it in the harness. It's probably better. So you have this squeeze metal, and then pull out, and then this center one is just a tab that you push, and wiggle out. And yes, these harnesses that I was telling you, they're like the four knock sensors on these engines. Since it's a Valtronic system, as soon as you remove the motors, the intake will be closed because that's the one open and closes the intake. So that controls that. So it's not really that dangerous. If something falls like debris, I mean, it's impossible in here. Still a little bit of it does. Nothing major. This hose is it was out of, like as you can see right here, it was not where it should be. It's not really a major thing. That is for the vacuum system. And I'm going to start now removing the back covers. All right, guys.